And it's like this guy's impressive looking because he's like really.
So he's buffed.
Yeah, but he's buffed,
but he can move.
Yeah, but he can hop around.
See,
so.
WWE's getting some TNA types prospects.
The jumping Geordie, as they called him.
Oh Jesus!
Because he's British.
Well, of course, because you have to saddle him with a horrible fucking nickname.
Yeah.
Well done, WWE.
Leo Kruger.
Mm-hmm.
WWE's resident Craven.
Like
big game hunter.
I find it funny that you mentioned Kruger and Craven in the same sentence. Just saying.
Yeah.
Any Nightmare on Elm Street fans out there? Anyone?
He fought Trent Beretta, which
Yes.
might have been Trent Beretta's last television match, as this week he's been released.
Really?
He's been relieved of his duties.
Oh, so he's got the wish him the best in his future endeavors?
Yes, sir.
Fair enough.
So, Trent won, but here's the thing. Kruger won because Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, was at ringside doing commentary.
Yeah.
Kruger and Ono are a tag team.
Okay.
He came down, referee was distracted.
Yeah.
He hit him with his elbow, he threw him in the ring, Kruger hit him with his finishing move, he won the match.
Okay.
This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. Another ref came from the back, came down to the ring, explained to the referee that was officiating the match, explained to him what happened.
Oh, really?
And the referee reversed the decision.
I've actually seen it before. I can't remember exactly what match it was, but I have seen that before. The WWE has done that before.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
they've done
so
it. Yeah,
that was
it's a
something that was
thing.
new to me. So
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Big E, face on NXT,
Yeah.
heel on everywhere else.
Still fucking behind the times.
NXT champion.
Yeah.
He said this is the era of the 5 count. Camacho came
Which
down.
he doesn't do in
No.
WWE, so, although I don't know, has he even had a match yet?
No.
No, so.
Camacho came down because they're feuding in NXT.
Okay.
He said that he wants the title Holmes,
Essay.
Essay.
God,
And
why does every Spanish fucking character in the WWE have to be a fucking stereotype?
Nah, he's a Dolo Holmes.
Oh, give it up.
Biggie won, and then he hit him twice with the 5 count. Like, he hit him with a move, 5 count. Hit him with a move, 5 count. Won the match completely.
Yeah.
And then, weird main event, Sandow and Antonio Cesaro.
Pardon?
As a tag team.
Okay.
Fought International Airstrike, Tyson Kidd, and Jesse Gabriel. Once again, probably one of the last times you're going to see Tyson Kidd this year because he's out for like 9 months with a torn MCL.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
International Airstrike did win.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
It was a solid match, obviously. Cesaro, Sandow.
Everyone
Kidd,
in that
Jesse
match
Gabriel.
is good, so.
Yeah. And what I like they do in NXT is they have William Regal and the random guy do the show, but the main event's always called by William Regal and Jim Ross.
Good. I mean, JR, I love listening to JR. Although I've noticed that, especially with Raw, which we'll get to in a minute, JR has got like the 5 moves of doom with his commentary.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, I gotta say. Like, I could almost hear him saying it right before he said it. I'm like, oh, he's gonna say this, he's gonna say this. And it's kind of annoying, but I love JR, so fuck it, I don't care.
So the other small one was the main event?
Yes.
Orton versus Cesaro was the main event of the main event.
Yes.
Once again, it ended in a no contest.
That's weird.
Just like their match on SmackDown.
Weird.
It was even better, though. It was an even better match.
Was it?
It ended in a no contest because the Shield attacked Orton again.
Okay.
The Miz, who was doing commentary, and is also going to kind of in a quasi-feud with Antonio Cesaro, which you saw on Raw.
Yes.
Joined him in the ring.
Okay.
To fight off the Shield, but the Shield still got the better of both of them.
Well, yeah, it's 3 of them.
And then Cesaro came in, hit Miz with the neutralizer, and then stood there with the American flag over him.
I like that, by the way.
So,
Cesaro with the American flag is hilarious.
So that happened. And then BTP fought the Usos. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not the match that I'm commenting on.
Okay.
It's because Miz was taken out.
Yeah.
There was an empty seat.
Really?
Which was filled by Brad Maddox.
Oh, Jesus. Will this guy just go away?
No, it was funny.
Was it really?
It was hilarious.
Really?
He would, cut to commercial break.
Yeah.
When there was no commercial break.
Okay, I like that.
It was Michael Cole saying, security's going to come here any minute and kick you out. You don't work for the company. You are aware of that. He's like, oh, forget it, Michael. Forget it, Mike. Forget it, Mike. Okay, we'll return you to the action. Word from our sponsors. And then he wouldn't say anything. The match would still happen. It would still be going on. And Michael's like, we're not cutting to commercial. The producer will cut us to commercial. And then he didn't say anything for a little bit. And he's like, okay, we're back. We're back to the main event.
So maybe he should be on commentary.
And then he's like, a word from our sponsors. WrestleMania 13 is coming up.
Okay, I want to see
things
this.
And then he would be like, they're rumbling in the ring. The Royal Rumble's coming up in a few months. It's in a week and a half, Brad. Oh, don't worry about it, Mike.
Okay, you know what? I take back all my hatred, because that's kind of good.
The Usos beat BTP? And then once the match was over, he literally just got up from the chair and left the crowd like he came in.
Well, there was no reason for it, but it happened.
And Michael Cole was just confused. It's like, well, I wonder if he'll be back next week to call the show with me.
Hopefully he will.
So that was those 2 minor shows.
All right.
So Antonio Cesaro's still good.
Yeah. Still
And,
a man among men.
Maddox needs to be on commentary
Yes.
for main event. If Miz really shouldn't be on commentary, I like him, but he should.
He's not a commentator. He's a wrestler. I mean, I would like to see JBL as a wrestler again, but when you've got your strengths, be your strength.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And so we get to the big one, Raw's 20th anniversary.
I mean, we use that term loosely.
Well, no, there was some things like the opening.
Yeah, the opening was good.
The opening, which was all the themes put together.
Yeah, that. Oh, I remember watching it when I first started watching it. I was like, "What the fuck? What happened? Why am I? Oh, I see what they're doing. Well done, WWE." So they showed every Raw opening at the very beginning.
So it
was awesome.
So we of course start with the boss.
Yes, because Vince is God,
calling himself a genius,
which he is.
Is also thanking the fans.
Yes.
Big Show comes out. Says, Vince, we need to talk. He's like, nobody calls me Vince.
Which I liked because they kept it up.
Yeah.
He called him Vince a couple more times. He's like, what?
Mr. McMahon, sir.
Exactly.
We got this 7 foot, 5,000
9,000 pound man calling you sir.
Yeah.
You are a god.
Yep.
I am a follower of the Church of McMahon. I will say that.
Demands a rematch against Alberto Rio. Alberto Rio comes out sporting the colors of Mexico.
Yes.
Because he's a face now.
Yes.
And
even though he committed Santicide a few weeks ago.
People keep referencing that. You know what? That was a one-off Christmas special.
Yeah.
He's the only guy that drives a car.
I know, but they could have had anyone do it. They really could have.
Just, people need to let it go. It was a one-off special.
I think it's retarded.
It's not canon. Okay?
To put
it in that context, it's not canon.
Yes, it is. They furthered some storyline.
No, they didn't.
Are you sure?
No storyline was...
I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to our show and find out for sure,
Show
because I
and
really
Sheamus
think
had
they
a match.
did.
Big Show and Sheamus had a match.
That furthered something. They talked.
Because then there was no match afterwards. So it wasn't canon.
All right, fine. Be that way.
Ricky Ricardo had a bucket.
He did.
And he said, I swear, if you throw that on me, I'm going to break your spine in half. And with a 7-foot-tall 500 man says he's going to break my spine in half, I put the bucket down.
But in all fairness, he said, if you throw a bucket of water on me, I will break your spine in half.
But no, it was Mexican confetti.
Yeah, which, I mean, I saw that coming, but... And I do have to say, I don't know which one of them, because they were at the bottom of the screen every so often they were throwing in... tweets that some of the wrestlers were putting out.
Yeah.
Somebody did say, I wish it was slop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god. Somebody actually referenced the
Slop.
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, going on.
So that happened. Del Rio hit him with his climbing enziguri.
Yeah,
which is a real climbing enziguri when you're hitting 7-foot-tall man in the face.
And it's pretty too. I like it.
When he hits it, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Big Show ran away, obviously.
He did.
So, fight another day. Also, they're going to be fighting at the Royal Rumble. It was established. Alberto Rio versus Big Show. It's lining up to be a pretty important for title matches at this Royal Rumble. Because usually it's like nobody's gets title shots at Royal Rumble.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, usually the Royal Rumble is just like all the matches are just precursor to the
remember that one where
Rumble.
Jeff Hardy was going in as Intercontinental Champion and fighting Randy Orton for the WWE title?
And I like I said, I've said before on the show, I'm a huge mark for Jeff Hardy. I was going like, yeah, I want Jeff to win, but I knew he wasn't going to win.
Or that one year where Hardcore Holly fought Brock Lesnar for the title.
Yeah, it just seems like that's never going to happen. Why are you doing this?
So these two are title matches where, obviously...
They're legit.
Yeah.
Like, they're absolutely legit. I mean, we know what's going to happen with Rock and Punk,
yeah.
So that's the one bonus is at least with, especially with the backstage shit, we don't know what's going to happen with Show and Del Rio, so it's kind of cool to see.
Exactly. So we have a first match.
Yes.
Barrett beat Orton clean.
Which fucking shocks me.
When that happened, it actually popped me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't usually happen. I'm like,
no.
Holy shit, he lost clean?
Yeah, it didn't seem right. It seemed fucked up.
So they look like they're legitimately pushing Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Because it's weird because they haven't really been pushing Barrett all that much. I know he's the champion and all, but you never... They pretty much... He won the championship and then disappeared almost.
Right.
So it's kind of weird to see, all of a sudden they're pushing him.
His feud with Kofi ended, so he's obviously got to start a new feud.
Yeah, I mean, like last week they did nothing with him.
I know. They didn't bring Ricky Steamboat back, which I was disappointed by.
I know.
But they didn't bring a lot of people back for the show, I guess. Right? So, second segment, even Booker T.
Yeah.
And then Booker T had the stipulation
Yes.
Where if she runs away...
Yeah, which I believe we called last week anyway, so whatever.
So she gets mad and she tries to proposition him.
Yeah, she was basically implying, and she actually went bent down a little bit too. So I'm like, oh, she's not only implying, she's just flat out showing us what she was willing to do. And Booker T handled it rather well.
Yeah.
I did like him break up. I did like that.
He's like, "Are you serious? You seriously trying that?" And then Teddy's laughing. He's like, "It's funny." And then she smacks him.
Wait, you missed the best line in the whole thing, where she's just like, "What are you laughing at?" And he just looks at her and goes, "Hey, you." It's like that was the best line ever. That's why she slapped him.
Smacks him, and then
Booker T's like, laughing,
hiding his laugh. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you."
You all right, dog?
Of course, JBL got a kick out of that.
Oh, of course, JBL loved it.
So, third segment, Dr. Shelby makes his triumphant return to
I didn't hate it.
It was funny.
I thought it was retarded, but yeah, the end was excellent, yeah.
Dr. Phil! Get him! And then they did the yes thing. I like the little things like, what do you like? Well, I like the fact...
Oh, Jesus Christ. When Daniel Bryant said, I love when Kane can put his arms down and make fire out of nothing, I laughed my ass off. That was brilliant.
But then, of course, they did the yes chant. But Kane was doing arms
up
and down, and there was no fire.
I know. There should have been a little fire. But I do have to say also when Kane mentioned Daniel Bryan's beard, as a large bearded man myself, I appreciate that.
And also the fact that he's not against dressing in women's clothes.
Yeah, not against. No, he says he occasionally likes to do it.
And Kane's a pretty spectacular dancer. Yes,
and I would like to see that.
Mask and all.
Yes.
So they're doing the same thing they did a couple weeks ago, where it's one guy versus one guy, one guy versus one guy. Which
pisses me off, and this is something I wanted to address when, because we have a tag match at some point later on, I believe. What the fuck happened to the tag teams? When we first started the show, we were talking about how awesome it is that they were bringing in more tag teams. Now they've all disappeared because they're literally splitting up Team Hell No just to do singles matches again.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Well, the Usos and PTP are still there.
Yeah, but are they on Raw?
Road Scholars.
I mean, if PTP's on Raw, it's just a job to somebody.
To be fair,
there's
more important matters to attend to on Raw and SmackDown nowadays.
I'm aware, but, I mean, come on. Is it really that hard? I mean, what happened to Mysterio and Sin Cara? Did Sin Cara get injured again?
No, he's fine, but Mysterio's dealing with some family issues in Mexico right now. So
fair enough. I was not aware. I don't read the dirt sheets because, well, I don't have time.
So Kane did beat Sandow.
Okay.
In one of two matches.
All right. Yeah.
The second one going to be Daniel, but I kind of like that they split it up though. They had this match now.
Yeah. It wasn't like the next segment was the match again. Yeah. No. They split it up a little bit and.
So that was the first block.
Yeah.
As I've now figured to split Raw up into three
Probably
blocks.
a good idea, yeah, because we talk a lot about Raw anyway.
So it's not a hodgepodge.
No.
Mick Foley getting in the Hall of Fame, worst kept secret ever.
Yeah, oh my god. When you see like 9,000 signs in the freaking ring that's just like Foley is God, Mick Foley, blah, blah, blah.
And I like that he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I like that the Shield interfered.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him saying anything now.
That's not true. He did say something. He did get his cheap pop in.
But you don't want him to say anything because you want to keep it for the Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, because, I mean, Mick Foley is one of the world's best promo men, and you got to imagine what he's going to say at the Hall of Fame is going to be awesome.
Shield came in.
Yep.
But Ryback, Sheamus, and Randy Orton saw that they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to do a six-man situation down the road.
I got to assume that they're going to. And also, let me just say, Mick Foley getting into the Hall of Fame, it's about fucking time.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Ryback had a little interview there.
Ryback can go fuck himself.
Where he changed his Defeat Me War to Feed Me Shield.
Yeah, which it was funny because I gotta say, it was funny how long it took the crowd to pick up on it.
Exactly.
I'm like, really? Jesus. But
so
anyway.
Caitlyn in her home state.
Yeah.
Wins the big title.
I hesitate to use the word upset, but kind of.
Well, kind of.
Because it was kind of out of nowhere a little bit.
It was actually a really good match.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say really good. I thought it was okay. As far as the WWE divas, yes, it was pretty good.
Eve left and then left.
Yeah.
She quit. And it's legitimate.
Is it really?
She's done. She's done with the company.
So I heard reality TV.
Well, she's right now is probably going to be modeling in reality TV. She just doesn't want to do the WWE schedule because that's too hectic.
You know what? A lot of people say that, so I can't really come down on her for that.
But to be fair on her,
yeah.
she and The Miz